take out of that Notre Dame game on each side of the line of scrimmage for you guys to look at and improve going forward?
I'd say a couple things. From an offensive standpoint, we got to pick up some of the interior blitzes better. And I know Darryl was disappointed because he thought they'd had enough looks at it to, do a better job in that part of it, that phase of it. Defensively, we tried to play, and we did for most of the game, play with a 7-man front. And we've got to fit the run a little better in a 7-man front, and at the same time, Coach Madison talks about changing the math, and that means getting off a block and making a tackle. And we've got to do that a lot better.
What do you say or do to have your guys not avoid letdown of an electric atmosphere against Notre Dame against not as electric of an atmosphere against Akron?
Well, I don't know. It's a glazed donut game. It starts at noon. We like those games. I think our team has always been pretty focused on ourselves and what we need to do. And like I said, Larry, there's enough out there that we need to do in all 3 phases that, we'll go back and have a great work day tomorrow and great work day on Wednesday.
Brady, you had mentioned it in the postgame, and I think one of your comments mentioned in the postgame a little bit about how part of the game plan was maybe to sit back a little bit and take some of the fades away from Tommy Rees. And what changed in the second half? It seemed like Greg did try to get after him a lot more in the second half.
Well, number one, if you study them enough, especially when he's a quarterback, they're not going to let you get to him too often. They're going to have 6-man protection, or the routes will break sooner in those things. We really thought he was very accurate as a thrower. Thought that the fade routes, and so we did. Our whole plan was to keep the ball inside and in front, and I thought that really worked out well. And you can judge it a little bit, Michael, when you look at red zone. The field shrinks, so now it's a little harder to find the room in there. And against the red zone, I thought we really played well defensively when you had to. And that was playing the run with 7 and making sure that we had good depth in the passing lanes.
Do you think sticking with Fitz and not working in Derek Green may have helped Fitz later in the game in that key drive where he had a long run that he broke off, yet also had a nice run and catch?
Yeah, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think we just, Fitz was feeling good. He didn't get tired. He was proficient in what he had to do, both in protections, both in running the football. Thought he made some really nice runs in there, hard runs in there. And in the passing game, I thought he really, I know we thought he did a nice job on pickups.
You mentioned the front 4, you mentioned front 7, everything else in there. Pass rush, like you said, they're not going to let you get to him. You look at the film, were you okay with how the defensive line played in that regard, or were you upset?
Yeah, I don't think we were okay because we had some one-on-ones. You're going to have a one-on-one in there somewhere. And the expectation is that we got to do a better job of beating them on the one-on-one. Byer on his sack, does a nice job in his counter move and beats the guy one-on-one. And so, no, we satisfied? No, not even close to it. And, this week, they're a wide open attack, 4 wide receivers. And so it's critical that we get better in, the pass rush individually, but also in the games that we want to run with them.